All right, welcome back, Wagoneers, to another exciting segment of Small Craft Advisory. And today we're going to be sampling a coffee porter from Real Ale Brewing. It's brewed with Cat's Coffee, and it's out of Houston, Texas?
Yep.
Houston, Texas.
And the coffee that they use is from Cat's Coffee in Houston as well. So this is local on local. Nice little collab.
Small business for supporting small business.
Yep.
So we're going to do this one by one, or we're going to all take a swig at the same time? How are we doing this?
I can talk while y'all sample because I had a little pour before I poured for y'all, so I kind of know a little bit about it already. 6% alcohol. I think it's good.
It's God.
It fumble.
The can's rolling around the floor.
I'm trying to think of what local beer that I've had I can relate it to. So backstory: I was in Total Wine, and I just randomly saw the can, and it was the only one left on the shelf, and I was like, "What the hell?" I'll just grab it anyway. It was like $2.50 for the can, so I was like, "I'll just grab it. We could try it." Once I grew up, I was trying to find new stuff other than just saloon door, equal parts, and brash and whatnot. So I just picked it up on a whim, and I was like, "Well, give it a shot." It's coffee porter, so I imagine it wouldn't be too terrible.
Cold brew, yeah. Maybe like Port Orleans coffee break. Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. It's light, which I think is a good thing for this one. I don't need it to be super heavy.
6.6. Yeah, it's definitely not heavy. It's I think coffee break's probably a little bit heavier, and they had the raspberry coffee break. The raspberry coffee break was phenomenal. Wish they would bottle and can that again, but it's good.
I agree. It's not ultra heavy as a lot of stouts can be. It doesn't have as strong of a coffee taste as some of the other ones. So like you don't really taste as much coffee as some of the other ones. Like when we talk about coffee break, we talk the coffee blondes from Second Line Brewing.
I was about to say that the smoothness, like the lightness of it, reminds me of the coffee blonde.
You can definitely taste the coffee in that one, but this one, yeah, it
just tastes more like a generic porter. Really.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it feels like they just did like a light sort of roast to it, and it's just barely a little bit of coffee. Like they were not wanting the coffee to overpower the quality of the beer itself. So it could use more coffee flavor.
Yeah.
But
the smell is there more than the taste.
Like I can smell a coffee bean.
Yeah, but when you taste it, it's just kind of bland. Yeah.
The can itself is very catchy. It's kind of got like the backdrop of like almost like a stitched cloth, and it's got a little rooster on the top.
A big cock on the can.
It's got
a
cock on the can.
Got a cock on the can.
So I mean, obviously, if you're like passing through in the grocery store, like the can might catch your eye and say, "Oh, maybe I'll try that." Especially if you're a porter stout lover like myself.
Yeah, I feel like if kind of like what I said about the Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest beer, if you didn't have Oktoberfest on it or tell me it was a coffee porter, if you said it's a porter, then maybe it's made with coffee as opposed to a coffee porter on the can, I would think differently or maybe higher of it. But it's pretty generic. And this is the first thing I've had by this brewer. So I don't know too much about them and how experimental or they like to get or how big their operation even is. But I feel like I could drink a good bit of them and be okay. And I'd be fine with having that for a night. Like I had a beer from Brash and Equal Parts earlier that you guys kind of took a sip of that was very heavy and thick and viscous. Yeah. That's not something I would drink a ton of. But this...
that one was very syrupy.
Yeah, very syrupy. This is low viscosity. Also, like I said, a little low on not just coffee flavor, but a little bit of just flavor in general. I think it's lacking. Like it was watered down. Not watered down, but they just didn't do maybe a great blend with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you just said. I think it's got its positives and negatives. The The positive is that when you drink stouts, usually if you drink one or two, you're kind of filled up. You don't necessarily want to continue drinking stouts. Now, this one you could probably drink 3 or 4 because it's not an overly filling stout. The negative aspect of it is that you read the can and it says coffee stout, and you're hoping that you have that coffee taste, and I don't feel like there's too much there. Like Todd said, it just kind of tastes like a generic porter, a generic stout, is on the lighter side. So I see some positives and negatives with this one.
It leaves me wanting more. I want it to be a bit more robust.
Yeah, definitely down that sample.
Without being so heavy like a traditional stout porter. It feels a little flat. Like it's more ale than porter stout. Like it's an in between, which is not bad, but I would definitely want more flavor in general, not just more of a coffee flavor. Because, like I said, with the second line coffee beer, ton of flavor in general, good coffee flavor as well. And it's a good balance and it plays well together.
Yeah, well, even though this is a darker beer, like by color, it has that similar lightness to that second line coffee stout. I mean, second line coffee blonde.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't hit you with that same coffee taste that you really want with a coffee beer.
Yeah, I mean, when you pour it in a glass, that's what you like we did. I mean, you poured. What was the one that you had brought earlier from Equal Parts? Was that the vulgar display of power
today?
Yeah.
Black masses.
Black masses. So I mean, when you poured that one in, it was very syrupy. It was super dark. You couldn't really see through it. This one almost looks like if you pour like a can of Coke with ice when the ice melts.
Yes.
That's the kind of color it gives.
Like I'm holding up to the light now, and like the top of the glass is almost like a traditional like American lager beer.
It's very thin for a pour.
It's almost got like a Yingling look to it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like an amber. Yeah.
And it doesn't. Yeah, it drinks more like a generic domestic beer than something from a craft brewery of this style of beer as well. And it's like the color's a little. I guess at first I thought the color was darker, so I was going to say the color's a little misleading. But now looking at it holding up a little bit, the color matches the intensity of the flavor in it.
Yeah.
Little flat. Could be. They could definitely improve on it. I think there's room to improve. They change the recipe a little bit to give you a little more coffee or just a little more just bolder flavor in general. But like Travis said, on the flip side, that's not necessarily the worst thing, being that it is so light. So if you did like take a 6-pack, I wouldn't feel horrible after like 3 or 4 of these. It definitely just needs more coffee to it. But not terrible. I would 3 hearts.
See, I would go higher. Like I would probably say it can't reach a 4 because it doesn't give you that coffee taste. If it hit coffee taste, like we keep bringing up that second line coffee blonde, then I'd probably go 4 or higher. But I'm going to say 3.7, 3.8, just for the fact that it is a good beer. Like I like porters, I like stouts, so and it's a good one. But it just kind of tastes like a generic porter or stout. So I'm going to still say it's in that high 3 area for me, 3.7, 3.8.
I'm going to give it a 3.1. And it's just because I just downed 2 porters that were significantly better than it. It was a generic porter from was it the Shoots Brewing in Oregon called Black Butte, and that one's easily a 4 or higher. This one again, it's kind of watered down for a porter. There's not much of a coffee taste, and in a sense, I'm a big coffee guy, so I like to have the coffee beers. So it was a little bit of a disappointment when you first showed me the can. I was like, ooh, I bet that's going to be phenomenal. Still a very drinkable beer. I could probably easily crush 2 of these in a sitting and be completely cool with it. But yeah, I'll go to 3.1.
What Patrick's holding, that looks like the remnants of a grizzly.
Some grizzly spit,
some grizzly mouth pillow. Right?
It kind of the look and some of the smell reminds me of like if you go like to racetrack and like they have like well not racetrack because you kind of brew your own at the time, but like if you go into your office and like there's the pot of coffee that's kind of been left out for a little bit,
yeah,
how it's not nearly as potent. as fresh brewed.
Thin,
Yeah, this is like coffee that's probably been out for a few hours, sitting in the break room just waiting for somebody to come along and take it and pour it. It's like by far not the worst I've had in this porter style, but definitely a lot of room for improvement on what it could be.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it 3. I'd say probably that from a taste standpoint, it's probably 3.5, closer to 3.75. But man, I wish it were more.
Yeah.
I know of other probably similarly sized or smaller breweries that have put out similar beers that are steps ahead from just the coffee standpoint alone, and I want more coffee. I bought it because it was a coffee porter.
Yep.
And I expected and hoped to get more coffee, and I don't get enough. I get coffee that's been sitting out for a while, and I don't hate it, but I need more from it.
And where did you say you got this from?
I bought it in Houston when I think from Total Wine.
Oh, okay, so just a random.
Yeah, just a random find. And honestly, kind of like when Todd was talking, I mostly bought it because I thought he'd probably like it, being that it's more of a coffee porter. And not that Travis doesn't drink coffee porters, but Todd popped in my mind first when I was looking at it. But
it doesn't surprise me because, like, for me, not that it has anything to do with Total, but for some reason, like, every once in a while, I peruse the single can aisles, the ones that you can, and kind of look at, like, the flavor or the can itself, whatever just makes you want to just randomly buy different ones to try.
And
that's exactly, this tastes like one of the, like, banana bread stout or pumpkin ales or some chocolate peanut butter or something that I randomly buy. I drink that one can and I never buy it again because it was just so generic. And you obviously don't see 6-packs of it. It's obviously not a super popular one. And it's like when I've even like key lime was one of them. And it's like, okay, I like key lime pie. Let me try this. And it was like nothing special. And I never, you don't see 6-packs of it. It's obviously not a popular one. It's just there. It's just kind of like a run of the mill.
Yeah, and
this was terrible. Not like I spit it out or anything, but nothing to write home about.
This was very similar because I only saw a single can. I didn't see a pack of this on the shelf, and maybe there was, but I just don't remember seeing this at all when I was looking around because I already had it in the basket. And yeah, I wish I knew more about this brew because I've never heard of them before seeing this one can, and I would for sure give the brewer another try from another beer that they make.
I feel like I've seen some of the type Real Ale Brewing Company. Maybe it was a random one that I picked up off the shelf. I have no idea. But Blanco, Texas. I couldn't tell you where Blanco, Texas is.
And there's so many breweries in Houston, so just the amount of options you have. I feel like this is a small because I've never heard of their brewery or seen it on a map of when I've been searching around. So I don't know how big the operation is, but yeah, like I said, it's good. I just want a bit more from it.
Sean, do you have a rating for it?
I'd say 3, I guess. Nothing too great, nothing terrible.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't now having tried it, I would not buy like a 4 or 6-pack of this.
Right.
But I might get one if I were at their brewery to start with.
If there was one there or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I might get one to start with at the brewery just to try it and start get my palate going and then venture out from there. But
There's several beers that I would call like ice chest beers. Like if there was one there that was in a mix of one, I might grab one and drink that just because I have access to it. But no, I wouldn't go out of my way to get it.
And like I don't even feel like this is as the term I love to use, cold weather or like sitting around a fire pit kind of beer, because I would want it to be thicker and more robust and more flavorful for that kind of thing. Like I'm not going to get like warmed up on the inside from drinking this, even though it's 6.6% alcohol. It feels too light for that. This would be like if we didn't live in Louisiana where it wasn't still like 90 degrees in August. This would be like an August kind of beer. It's like mid 70s, but it's not cold. So I would have some of that, but definitely would put this in rotation for something when it's really cold and I'm outside and I want to have a thicker, heavier beer.
Blanco, Texas looks like it's north of San Antonio. And it's like one of those like neighborhood cities.
Oh, okay.
It's like a block of houses and that's it.
So I was about to ask, like if this was in the Houston area, since you're going
51
back to Houston for Thanksgiving, if that was something you were
from San Antonio to Blanco, Texas.
interested in going to hit that brewery up.
I would, if I were in San Antonio, I'd definitely give them a shot and see what else they got. And if they honestly, if they have something else at one of the stores when I go to Houston, I'll definitely try another beer by them. I wouldn't say I'm not gonna say I wouldn't recommend to someone. I would probably just give them a precaution, like, hey, kind of temper your expectations a little bit. You think it's a coffee porter? It's not very heavy. It's not robust. The flavor from just the beer itself is good, but not great. The coffee flavor is also very lacking. So you don't get fooled by that on the name. You're not going to get a ton of coffee out of that. It's like a very lightly roasted coffee. They're definitely not like a high end type though. But it's a solid beer for $2.50 for a can to try it out. I wouldn't say it's terrible.
Definitely drinkable.
Russell would say it's crushable, only because it is. You could put back 4 or 5 of those, no problem.
For a porter, it is, yeah.
I mean, the brewery seems pretty popular. Real Ale Brewing. They got plenty of beers. When you look up Real Ale Brewing Company.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds good. Well, this is what, our third installment of this?
Yeah.
First porter or second? First.
I think it's probably the first.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did the Rocket Pop, then the Oktoberfest beer, and this one. Maybe next we could try the Modelo Seasonal.
Yeah, sounds good.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Wagons out.
wagons out.
Wagons out.